What's going on, Cancer? And welcome to the Chariot Friends. Justin here, and I hope you're feeling fantastic today. So, for those of you who are returning, welcome back, Soul Tribe. I appreciate your subscriptions, your likes, and shares. Your support really is just incredible, Cancer. And it keeps us growing. And for those of you who are new, welcome. I'm happy Higher Self has brought you here. We are in for an amazing journey. Now, the purpose of this channel, for those of you who have Cancer in your placement, Sun, Moon, Rising, Mars, wherever, Cancer, this one's for you. And I do tarot card spreads based off our ruler here, the good old Moon. And I'll talk about what sign she's in, what phase she's in, and when she's going void of courses, all those lunar shenanigans. That's Rhonda, for those of you who are new, by the way. And in case you, just so you're all aware, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one. So take what resonates with you, leave the rest with me. Never force reading on a situation, and everything will be dope, Cancer. Now, let's jump into it. Your space has been cleansed. Crystals, feeling lovely. Just great energy all around here, Cancer. And Cancer, happy Monday. Hope you all had a great weekend, had a good old time, relaxed, get feeling recharged there. And Cancer, the moon is in Scorpio. And the moon also rules over Monday here, Cancer, so I hope you're feeling more intuitive here today than normal. But, and especially couple that with Scorpio energy, let's talk about it, Cancer. Because with the moon being in Scorpio, thank you. Scorpio is a very intense feeling sign. You know, they do feel to do a different type of degree there. So you may notice your emotions are felt just on a deeper level there, Cancer. And where that can be really great, I feel like, because, you know, our sign, our intuition, I feel like is strongly connected with how we feel, Cancer. We do want to be mindful of getting locked into or fixated on any particular type of one, though. Because Scorpio energy is the fixed water sign. And sometimes, you know, just like, you know, we got some pincers too, Cancer, but so does Scorpion. When they latch onto something, it can be kind of hard to let go, and they'll go to the depths there. But this is a very powerful energy for the moon as well, even though she does technically is in fall in Scorpio where the energy starts to weaken. But you may be feeling, you know, Scorpio is a very powerful sign. You know, you don't go through as many transformations as they do and not develop this kind of this resilience and this thicker skin. You may also notice too, Cancer, that you might be that the energy you get given off might be a little more magnetic, so something to pay attention to there. And you may find yourself attracted to like the mysterious and maybe the occult side there, Cancer. Just really cool. This is a pretty can be an intense placement again for the moon, but it can be a pretty cool one as well there, Cancer. And then we are in the waxing crescent phase, and this is really about kind of like locking in and setting your intentions there, Cancer, and starting to build up, you know, your self confidence with whatever it is you want to start off during this new lunar cycle. You know, just getting yourself geeked up. You know, going within, checking in with your intuition. Does this really feel like where you're trying to go there, and getting into that planning phase? And while you're on, and you know, Cancer, since we're at the very start of this lunar cycle too, you want to show yourself some compassion, because maybe for, you know, maybe if you haven't like gotten quite figured out what you want to focus on yet, that doesn't mean that you're behind the curve there, Cancer. You know, this is still we're still in the early stages of this, so just keep that in mind. And then last few things, these readings that I do, they're not gender specific readings, so apply these energies to people as they make sense for your situations. And then the decks that I'm working with, I've included links to them down in the description box below, so definitely check that out if you're interested. But also down below are some links for some other readers that I like watching, Cancer, so definitely check them out. They're also very intuitive groups, so I think you like them. But let's get into your general energy of the day. Oh, interesting. Scorpio's opposite sign. This is kind of a tough one, Cancer, because you got the fourth card of Taurus, which is the birdcage card. And with this card, this is a card of possessive, codependent, cling, restless, oblivious, controlled, sing away, want freedom, without consent, dominion, watched, hostage, confined, jealous, trapped, and predator. And the energy that's coming through here, Cancer, is the codependent. And you know, I feel like when we're just I'm feeling that just like in relationships of all kinds, when we're dealing with, whether this is with friends, with a partner, with even in work, or with family, we want to be mindful of people who maybe, because I feel like it's one thing to be interdependent, where we're kind of having this, where there's this mutual beneficial energy that's going across, there's this growth that's happening together. But if we're in something where it feels like that, for example, how you've seen like those movies, or say, like the romance, where it's just like, I can't live without you, I wouldn't be able to breathe, and things on those lines. It's like, that's a lot. That's a lot to put on a person, Cancer. And I feel, and not saying that you're doing this. You say it could be either way. And I know they're being a little over dramatic, but we do want to be careful about that. Where it's like, if we feel like we can't do anything without another person, if we feel so attached to someone, because maybe there's this codependency might be forming from, I mean, it's a number of ways of how this can come about. This can be maybe through, for some, maybe this is like through like a manipulation. Maybe someone has made you so that you've become codependent on them, or maybe there's this sense of maybe like loneliness, and where we're just so desperate to feel that sense of connection there. That codependency is a very tricky type of energy, and I feel like it's and that's where boundaries and things kind of come in there, because I do feel like you can be very detached and very, or excuse me, you can be very attached to someone, have that love and or that respect, or whatever that's looking like, but still be able to, because with this journey there are going to be times where we grow together, and then there are going to be other times where we need to do some separate work as well, because we're all on individual missions, but we're in this thing as a team. And if you do find yourself, Cancer, maybe finding yourself kind of overly reliant on someone, or to the state of codependency, or if you notice that you're in a situation where you're feeling kind of boxed up, where you can't do anything without, or this person has you, I don't know, it's like, for some there's a manipulative energy, that's like this possessiveness or something that's coming on there. Just something we want to be mindful of there, Cancer. But let's get some tarot on this and get some details. Thank you. Okay, Cancer, let's see what's going on here. Oh, there we are. Interesting. Ooh, Major Arcana City, Cancer. All right, so we have the Queen of Cups, the Hanged Man, the Sun, and the Wheel of Fortune here. That's a lot going on there, Cancer. And one thing I do like about this Queen of Cups in this deck, and normally in most decks, the Queen of Cups, she's like the only court card of the cups that has her cup sealed off. And it's not that she doesn't allow anyone in, because the Queen of Cups has a lot of love that she can give. She's got, talk about abundance. She's just like, but I do feel like that we want to pay attention to how much we may sacrifice for someone, or it's like, it's with the Hanged Man being here, because I feel that if we give and we give and we give all this stuff at, I don't know, it's just like, if we give all this energy, then I don't know, we find ourselves depleted, or it just keeps us in this trap kind of state, or kind of even can keep us. I'm even feeling like the stuck energy with the Wheel of Fortune here, and maybe for some it's like we might be telling ourselves that there's this happiness that's happening with this, or that, or maybe this is just how we've maybe learned, possibly even how whether like a relationship, whether again it be in friends or in love, or even familiar or in business, it's like we were taught that maybe that this is what happiness looks like, or we have to give this all. But again, it's that Six of Pentacles, making sure that there's that balance when it comes to this stuff, not quite giving it all away at once there, Cancer, giving as much as the other is giving. You know, that again, that interdependence is what I'm. It's what's I feel like the thing that's trying to come through here. Otherwise, we find ourselves just depleted. And let me get a little bit more on the Wheel of Fortune here, Cancer. Man, it's Major Arcana City here. All right, Cancer. So you have, I love that. So you have, there she is, our ruler, the High Priestess. And I like that. The waxing crescent is associated with the High Priestess, Cancer. The Strength card, which is ruled by the Sun. And then, because Leo. And then you got the Nine of Stars here, Cancer. That's what the Wheel of Fortune is clarified by. And I'm feeling like for some that there is this need, if you notice that you're in something, or maybe someone is even kind of codependent on you, Cancer. I feel like this could be where it's either we're needing to find our inner strength, listen to that intuition, because I feel like with all this major arcana coming through, it's like there's something here that's trying to get our attention, higher self, future self, the ancestors, however you connect the source, Cancer, trying to let you know that we may be again sacrificing a lot more of ourselves than is needed, or we were doing so, and it's getting into an unhealthy state. And there's this need again to kind of just focus on you more so, and just finding that balance and finding that harmony. And if, let's say for example, if we're in a relationship and the other person doesn't seem to respect that, then we might need to be, I don't want to say aggressive, but more assertive in our boundaries. Because even the Hanged Man, this is Neptune energy, and Neptune doesn't have any boundaries. Neptune is one that it's the illusions, it's that intangible. It's yeah, it can that's a because Neptune does have just a deep love, universal love for all. But I feel like it's really just kind of asking just at what cost here, Cancer. So just something to be mindful of if we find ourselves in those types of situations there. All right, Cancer. Yes, yeah, very strong start there. Let's get some more on this. Interesting. Thank you. All right, Cancer. So you have the Emperor, the Two of Stars, and then the Nine of Cups here. And I feel like for some that there's this energy that's of needing to, I don't know, kind of like, if especially if we've just kind of gotten lost in another energy here, whether however this connection may be forming, there's a need to kind of go, in a sense, go void a course. And it's like how I say, it's like we can take on the energies of others. It's a need to kind of go in and find yourself again, because I feel that there's this, with the Emperor being here, it could be that for some there is this sort of like, again, like there's this manipulative type of energy, and it may not be like really oppressive or very like overt type of energy, but it could be just like little things, just like, oh, Cancer, you don't need to worry about this kind of thing. Or, Cancer, why are you worried about, let's say, like, for example, like finances? Or why are you worried about I'm even kind of getting, yeah, even some like, even like a little bit of a narcissistic type of energy as well. That where it's just like you're always giving and giving, but there's not that harmony there. There's not that balance. Because look at this chick doing some yoga there. And I feel like that's going to affect with your abundance there, Cancer, and it's going to just slow down your journey if that's something. And again, this could be where it may not have been something that's intentional too. Maybe it's just like that we just sort of like latched on possibly, and then just, I don't know, just unknowingly kind of started just giving more of ourselves than than was intended, even if that makes sense, Cancer. But just even thinking about with Aries energy, the Emperor, Aries, they're associated with the first house, which deals with self. And I do feel like it's just like the energies are trying to get you, maybe send you these signs and things of just like, Cancer, you may be losing yourself, or maybe someone that we're dealing with might be losing themselves in your energy. Because, I mean, and that's something too, Cancer, to think about. We are the nurturers of the zodiac. We want to help others heal, and it can be, I could see where that could become where someone wants that all the time. It's just like you're such a natural healer, and it's just like, what I mean, Cancer. But it's just like we're not getting that same in return. Like, would they have the strength, or be able to rise up, or the stability to be able to, when you're not feeling good? Because then what happens when you're off balance, Cancer? Then what? You know what I mean? It's right? Hmm. Yeah, Cancer. And two, just kind of pay attention to the, yeah, like how that energy affects you in the long run. Like how. Hmm. All right, Cancer. But yeah, let's get some advice from Mars and Pluto here. Thank you. All right, Cancer. Last little bit here. Ha! And there it is. There's that reciprocity. Oh, and Cancer, I don't know if I told you, the stars in this deck, I think it's just the stars in here. Oh no. So the stars are pentacles, and then the crystals are swords. But you have the Six of Cups and the Six of Stars here, Cancer. And then let's switch back over. Because again, the Six of Stars is that balance. It's like it's paying attention to how much we're giving in a situation. Is there that mutual beneficial type of energy, that interdependence, and again, how much we're sharing with this? Because maybe this is for some, maybe this is one where we have some history with, possibly. Maybe we have I don't know, like a family member who is just like, like they can't do anything without you. Or, maybe we have this old friend that just seems to, I don't know, just kind of, just kind of latch on and just always expect it. You know what I mean, Cancer? Always want to kind of save the day, but then, it's like, are we getting the same thing, if the roles were reversed? And I feel like that's something that could be tricky for us as well, Cancer, especially if this is one where we have some history with, because we are a sign that's associated with the past, being being associated with like the fourth house and things, and even being ruled by the moon. And but I feel like it's something that's going to take a little work there, Cancer, and but things are going to need to that. I feel like if this things have gotten to that point, it's just we're going to need to adjust, because otherwise it's just going to keep us in this energy of just kind of stuck. And yeah, just something to kind of think about there, Cancer. But I think I'm going to leave that there. So if anything resonated with you, a little deep for a Monday, but if anything resonated with you, give it a thumbs up and share this, Cancer, because I feel like sometimes that happens. This journey can be kind of tough, and it can seem, codependency can come across a number of things. I think for the most part, it usually starts from a harmless place, or there is this love there, but it just gets out of hand, and it just can get a little, just get a little over. So just share this if you know someone who might be going through something like that, Cancer. And then if you haven't already, High Priestess, subscribe, hit that bell button, get notified now of these videos each day. And then last little bit, Cancer, check your sun, your moon, your rising, your at least for like the readings, I always tell you to check your chart there, Cancer, and I do believe with that too. Check your chart there, Cancer. And then Jupiter, come on over to my other channel, Alchemist 8. I do weekly videos, monthly videos, yearly ones. I'm actually getting ready to. This has been a lot of stuff going on here, Cancer. I got some ideas that I want to cook up, bring some new Oracle decks in and things like that, some new Tarot decks. So stay tuned for that, Cancer. I got some things I'm figuring out right now. But all that housekeeping is down in the description box below. But let me get your surprise cards here, so I can get you out of here, Cancer. And you got the Eight of Wands here. And I feel like with the Eight of Wands that there's this energy of it almost feels like that there's this it's like if we stay in this codependent energy, then it just slows down the growth is what I'm feeling. And the Eight of Wands can also be a card of messages. And I feel like that, considering you guys had so many major arcanas that kind of pop through here, that there are some messages or some signs that maybe a situation is starting to lean into that energy. You know, maybe you're just noticing, I don't know, trust your intuition. Something is feeling off. You know, whether, again, if this is someone attaching to you, or if you notice that you're attaching to someone, or that even if someone is trying to keep you attached, especially with that one. Trust your intuition and pay attention to those signs, whether it be from random signals or maybe some others have maybe tried to bring this to your attention there, Cancer. But yeah, pay attention to that. But let's get your Oracle card here so I can get you out of here. Thank you. What's going on here, Cancer? I love that, Cancer. I couldn't agree more. So you got the 15th card here, which is the Yarrow card, which is a card of harmony, and this is ruled by Venus. And that's I really like this, Cancer, because one, look at these scales that this elongated stork whatever has. But balance, Cancer, harmony. And the 15th card, I like that too, because in the major arcana, that's getting into devil energy. And if something is getting toxic, if something is getting out of balance, how can we correct that? You know, if we're giving our power in this sense, or however that's looking. Because Venus, you know, one of the aspects that she deals with is relationships. And yeah, just something I feel like, yeah, just something that we want to pay attention to there, Cancer. Just if things just, yeah, if I don't know, if just something feels out of whack, or if it feels like that there's a lot that's going on there. So alright, I think I'm gonna leave that there. So you stay safe out there, Cancer. You know, codependency is a tricky one. You know, that's yeah, we want to be, sometimes we can tell ourselves other things, or, you know, get into this illusory state, or I'm not sure how to explain that. So just be mindful of that, Cancer. You keep eyes on the moon. High Priestess is watching, Cancer, letting you know that you know, maybe we need to shift gears, or, you know, just trust your intuition if something's feeling off there, okay? And I will catch you on the next one tomorrow.